We're going to go through shoulder stability progressions and motor control of the rotator cuff and glenohumeral stabilizers. We spent some time working on the thoracic spine, doing thoracic mobility. Now we're going to complement that with shoulder strength, stability, and motor control. We're going to use a kettlebell to help us. So we're going to start laying down. She's going to lay on her side and take the kettlebell. She's going to grab the kettlebell there. We're going to have her roll into a supine position. From here, her knees are going to be bent, so she's in a hook line position. Feet are straight ahead. And then from there, she's going to tilt the kettlebell so the bottom is up. Hold pressure there and then press this straight up. So we want this to be stacked directly over her shoulder. So the kettlebell is stacked right in line, and she's got to hold that stability. Now with the bottom up, there's going to be some movement at the top. We want that movement. Her job is to try to stabilize the movement and try and limit it as much as possible. Her body has to react, fire the rotator cuff and other stabilizers to accomplish that. At the same time, we want to maintain a neutral spine, diaphragmatic breathing, keeping that rib cage down so we're in a nice relaxed state here as we're working on our stability up top. The next progression is to move into a sideline position. So what we're going to do is she's going to roll sideline. We're going to straighten out the inside leg here. She's going to reach arm overhead. She's going to rotate into a side position. Now with this, she's going to be stacked here. So legs are stacked on top of each other. Nice straight line. Neutral spine here. It's perfect. And she's going to hold that kettlebell straight up. So again, now she's balancing. It's stacked right over the shoulder. So the shoulder blade is engaged, rotator cuff engaged, and we're really working on control. She also has to work her trunk stabilizers because she's going to want to wave her side to side. So this is going to kick in and help hold that solid. Now the third progression is to actually go back and forth. So let's have you rotate back onto your spine again. So the leg's back straight, other leg is bent. She's going to rotate back into the sideline position again. So she's going to come back and stack everything up. Nice straight line, arms overhead, body's nice and straight. Holding that trunk in, neutral spine. This kettlebell stacked right over the shoulder. And then let's go and transition back out of it. This really allows the athlete to learn how to transition from different position to different position, while combining some trunk mobility and shoulder stability. We're going to continue to build on our shoulder stabilization with using a plank with alternate arm touch. So Natalie's going to start out for us out in a plank position. She's going to come out basically in a push-up position. We're going to start with her legs a little bit wider. It's a little easier with the legs wider. It gives her a little more base of support. Still have to find neutral spine here. We're working on that pillar, so we want to keep this neutral. So there's a little bit of extension, there's a little bit of flexion, and then we'll find that middle zone and hold it there. We want her to be able to maintain that. She's also going to press down through the floor so that her scapula is pushed down into the thoracic spine. Those come together. So you have good stability there. Now she's going to raise one arm up, or take your right arm, Natalie, and I want you to touch your left shoulder, and then back down, and then alternate. Left arm to right shoulder, and back down. So she alternates back and forth. So as this arm that's down and stabilizing, that's got to do a lot of the active work. We also are actively using our trunk control to keep this spine neutral, so all of our trunk stabilizers have to fire as well. To make it a bit more difficult, we can bring the feet in a bit closer, so bring them more into about hip width apart. Same idea. Now she's going to touch. And what you want to look for is to be able to keep the pelvis level. And even in Natalie's case, it wants to drop a little bit on this left side and drop down. So we want to help to be able to try and correct that. Hold that up. Let's go ahead and do a couple more, Natalie. There you go. Dig in. Perfect. So that's your progression for the plank alternate arm touch.